You guys hear me? Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Our first stream in a long fucking time. Let's fucking go. It feels weird to be looking back at the camera. Especially not seeing my face. It's kind of weird. Last video I recorded, my face was like right here. I was just staring at myself, trying to fix my hair in the middle of the video. It's okay now. Let's get this shit. So yeah, how's everyone doing? We've got... how many people? 0 viewers right now, but for some reason we have 1 chatter. Dogma Felix, what's up? You are the invisible viewer right now. We got 0 viewers right now, and you're talking in the chat right now. So yeah, I guess the reason I wanted to stream today, my roommates, 2 of my roommates are downstairs watching anime, watching fucking Attack on Titan, and I'm not a fucking weeb, so I just don't watch with them. I probably would if I would have like actually started when they started watching, but whatever. And then my other roommate's fucking his girlfriend, or I assume. So I have no girlfriend and I'm not a weeb, so here I am. I have to fucking chill with you guys with you fucking losers. Jesus Christ. What am I doing with my life? But honestly, if it wasn't this, what would I have done? I would have probably just been laying right there on my bed, reading or trying to read, but actually just looking at my phone. So I figured, hey, this is a perfect time. No homework. Roommates aren't doing shit. I'm not doing shit. Let's fucking stream. Like, this is the sort of shit that I should have been doing a lot earlier because I'm a streamer. I have free time. What the fuck else do I have to do with my free time? Fucking beat my dick and watch TikTok? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so Existence Exists asks, are you trying to take Nick's viewers? Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's gone now. Bye-bye. Retired weeb now. Attack on Titan looks bored. Did you say mysterious girlfriend X? I did not say that. I don't have a girlfriend. My roommate does, though. I think 2 of them do. But I don't know. Hey, maybe something's in the works right now. So we'll see. We'll see. There's always something in the works. But anyways, yeah, so we got 2 viewers now. We got a ton of people watching right now. I was hoping a lot of people would hop in. Hopefully more people will come in later and just try to argue with me on objectivism. But for now, I think we'll just like jump into this doing a somewhat easy video to respond to where I'm not really going to be super argumentative or critical. It's more just... yeah, my main goal, I wanted to watch a Veritasium video first. I guess I could actually just get this stuff started and explain sort of my reasoning for it later, because y'all don't give a fuck about that. Y'all actually want to see content, right? So let's turn that on. Let's switch to... God, it's been a while. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My display screen's the wrong screen. Holy shit. I don't know how to do this anymore. Display 2. Pog. Let's go. Easy dubs. Okay. And it wants me to capture the cursor. Okay. And transition. Let's fucking go. Okay. Yeah, the first video I wanted to watch, completely unrelated to politics. Let's record the video. Yeah, first video I wanted to watch on today's stream, completely unrelated to politics, because fuck politics, fuck philosophy. We're talking about math and fucking finance, baby. Let's fucking go. We're going to talk some statistics today. Watching this Veritasium video, would you take this bet? Basically, the main idea of the video, he's going to propose some bets to random people, and he's going to explain why they're dumb for it. But I'm going to defend some of those people. Some of them. Not all the time. But this is a 6-year-old video, but I don't know. It's just something I thought about pretty recently, because I think on a Destiny stream, he made one of the points in the video, and I was like, wait, this is actually kind of dumb. And it reminds me of that Veritasium video. And I'm learning some stuff in finance that's kind of similar to this. So it's like, hey, I can actually like do some schoolwork. I can actually study. On stream. Wow, isn't that great? Dogma Felix says more people are watching this than listening to my music. But yeah, let's hear what's going on out here. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's start the video.
I want you to consider this bet.
How's the volume? Hopefully the volume's good. Is it sounding good?
Here's $10.
Okay.
This could be your...
Let's restart it.
I want you to consider this bet. Here's $10. This could be yours. If I flip this coin in the air, you guys call it in the air. If you're right, I give you the $10. If you're wrong, you give me $10.
I saw that coming.
Why is it lagging?
That's not a good bet for me.
That's
I
a
guess
terrible
in-
bet, by the
in
way.
principle, I
But
don't
it's
agree with
lagging
the,
like crazy.
The idea of betting.
Okay. But
My internet
what
is
if we
garbage.
just use this as like an
Holy
allegory
crap.
for life?
Wow, my internet is terrible. Are we gonna actually get to watch this video? Okay.
Consider this bet. Here's
Consider
$10.
the bet.
This could be
$10.
yours. If I
It
flip
could
this
be
coin in
yours,
the air,
guys.
you guys call it in the air. If you're right, I give you the $10. If
50-50
you're wrong,
chance.
You give me $10.
I saw that coming.
Garbage bet. Garbage bet. If I could have my $10 now, why the fuck would I waste that for $20? Equal chance. I mean, expected value of that shit is $10. Why the fuck would I waste my money? Fuck that. Yeah, exactly.
It's not a good bet for me. I guess in
All you're doing is taking on stupid fucking risk for no reason. For no reason. You're making no money. Why would you take on the risk for nothing? Okay.
principle, I don't agree with the idea of betting.
Okay. But what if we just use this as like an allegory for...
You have no incentive to take the risk. There you go. One principle you should always remember. You need some incentive if you're going to take on any risk. Why the fuck would you take on risk if you're going to have a 0% return? This is basic finance. Basic life skills, too. Like, Jesus. This could be applied to anything. Why would I take on any sort of risk if I'm going to get nothing in return?
for life.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
it's not really about money and betting on a coin. It's more about our approach to risk.
Okay, and my approach to risk is obviously a lot less than yours.
You wouldn't do this bet.
No.
No, I don't have $10.
My gut says don't bet.
Why is that?
Because at the moment I have $10 and later I might not.
So people are passing up the opportunity to win $10 of my money. But it kind of makes sense because they have to risk.
Yeah, but the issue is here. The expected return is nothing, but the standard deviation here, it's whatever. It's not nothing. You could have a risk-free $0 gain or a $0 gain with no risk, basically, or with more risk. And I'm going to take the $0 gain.
$10 of their money. And it's a 50-50 chance. So really the bet
Yeah.
has zero value.
So he's going to do that.
What if I sweeten the deal? What if I put up $12 to your 10? You only stand to lose 10. You stand to gain 12. How's that sound?
I still wouldn't bet.
I feel like I'm better off just leaving it as it is.
I'm gonna offer you $15. You only have to put up 10. I'm putting up 15.
No.
I'm offering you an extra $5. Why not?
Give me my
Wait, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
What about 20?
That's what I'm
That's as high as I'm going today. $20, that is the top. It's 2 to 1.
I just don't like taking that much risk.
You don't like risking $10.
Sure.
Your
I'm
$10 a
valuing my
lot.
$10. I am.
But why don't you value my $20, which you got a 50% chance of right here if you accept the bet?
I don't know. I can't tell you. It's not like a... I don't know what the logical reason is for why I want that.
I don't know. I can't really. I just feel it's not right.
Now this doesn't make sense. I've offered people up to $20 and they're still refusing to take the bet. The bet is objectively in their favor. I mean, a 50% chance.
That's kind of true. So it's true that here, like, the expected value of that bet is going to be whatever the fuck he says it is. It's probably like whatever. He's going to
Chance
say
of
it.
winning 20 plus a 50% chance of losing 10 still gives the bet an overall value of $5.
Yep, $5.
Why is it that
So your expected value here is $5. However, you're still taking on a risk. There's still a standard deviation here. So the question is $5 sufficient payment for the risk you're taking? And that's not necessarily the case. It's not necessarily true for everybody. Now, I'd say that's probably a good bet. I'd probably take it, but the amount of risk that someone's willing to take is entirely subjective. We actually have an equation for this in finance called the utility function. So the idea is the utility of something. Oh, I have it written already, but let's write it down again because I was making sure I remembered what this was earlier. But you have this basic idea in finance called the utility function, and the idea basically is you have this is ultimately like the utility of your investment that you're making. Here you have your expected return, which is like which is what is calculating here, back here, where it was the $5. But you have some amount that you're taking off because of the amount of risk that you're taking. And the sigma squared, that's the variance. The divided by 2, that's just like extra constant. And this this is a completely arbitrary number. It's dependent on the person almost. But what it's saying is different people have different risk tolerances. Different people are willing to take on different amounts of risk. And there's not like one right answer for the amount of risk that you should take on versus shouldn't take on. So the issue is, even if there is an expected return that is positive, it's not necessarily the case that you should always take that bet. Like, I mean, there's a lot of like bonds, for example, where the expected value is probably like a 5% gain, but you probably shouldn't take a lot of the. I guess 5% is probably pretty low, but like could be like junk bonds with really high rates of return, but you might not necessarily want to take on that risk. I mean, most bigger companies don't do that, but I mean, if you're like younger and you don't want to and you want to take more risks and you have a lot more potential to like recoup that money later, you might want to take on that sort of risk. So it's really, so there's not like, I guess the main thing I wanted to talk about here is there's not like a right answer here. Like he's presenting this in a way like, oh, these people are dumb because they're not taking on a risk. Like, because they're not taking on a risk that could benefit them. But you shouldn't always necessarily take on risks that benefit you. You have to weigh it based off of how much risk you're actually taking. You can consider the expected value of $5 a payment for the risk of losing versus the risk of winning or whatever. So I mean, in this case, we can consider like the expected value is $5, and then you can think of, I think we can call like the standard deviation as square root of it's all the expected returns times the probability. So it's like your negative 10 minus 5 squared, and then you have that times, let's not use R, let's use R1, that times 0.5 plus, I think it's 20 minus 5, right? Because your expected return is $5, right? Yeah. Oh, you're gaining, it's versus 10 versus losing. Wait, you're gaining 10 versus losing 5? No, you're gaining 20 versus losing 10. So then that's going to be squared. So yeah, then your standard deviation is going to be like 15, and that might not even be worth it. That's a lot of risk that you're taking on there. And if you're going to like plug that into this equation, I mean, it's just not worth it a lot of the time. I guess, yeah, it's just not necessarily worth it. Because they're not like, I wouldn't risk everything for a potential 50% gain, essentially. That's the idea. Like, you're gaining 50%, you're gaining, like, having a 50% gain on your money. And so it's going to go up by $5, which is a 50% rate of return, right? But you're risking $10, and you have a chance of losing everything. So, yeah, it's just not necessarily worth it. So I guess if we were to plug that in, I guess the expected return would be 0.5 here, actually. 0.5, and then right, because it's, hold up, 2 times this is going to be 2 times 0.5. It's hard to do math on stream, I just realized. This is like, these are easy calculations. Yep, okay, that's perfect. Okay, so then the idea is that you want to subtract a risk aversion constant times your S, which is your variance over 2. So we can give that a value of like whatever. So like, these are all pretty reasonable values of A. Like, this is your risk aversion constant, so this is like how averse you are to risk, how much you don't want to take on risk. So if this number is like really low, it has to be all the way down at like 0.4 before you want to take on that risk. So you have to be really, really, really avoidant of taking on risks if you're going to actually take on that bet. So it's actually like a really bad bet for people to take from a investment point of view. Yeah, this is actually like a terrible bet to take from an investment point of view, because you're risking 50% with a huge
An overall
standard deviation.
value of $5. Why is it that you won't go for this bet?
And I guess also I guess the idea here is so we could actually write this as a graph. Based off of so based off your risk aversion, so you want it to be positive basically, and this A is always going to be positive. So you want the value to be above, like the graph to be above the x-axis. So if anything's above there, then it's good to take on the bet. But anything down here, you shouldn't. So if you have a risk aversion of like 1, which is actually a pretty low risk aversion comparatively, because like in finance we always talk about like stuff around like 2, 3, 5, whatever. So yeah, this is not a good bet actually, like objectively bad. I actually didn't do these calculations before stream, surprisingly, but this is actually like surprisingly lower than I expected.
I don't know, because I don't want to lose $10 just because of that easily.
I know, but you could win $20. Think about
Well,
the gain.
I don't know. I'm thinking more about what I lose than what I win, I think.
I think that's exactly the point, because we feel losses more than we feel gains. There's an asymmetry in the way people perceive gains and losses. Losses are felt much more intensely. In fact, psychologically, most people weight a loss around twice as heavily as a gain. But this varies from person to person. What if I go to $30?
I said even if you had 50, I would still feel the same way.
Is $30 still worth it though? Let's actually see. So you can have a chance to multiply by 3, and then I should actually just replace this with R1. See, now this will just become easy because it's all already done for me. So now you have this. So now it's a little better. You're starting to get up there, but it's still not even that good yet. Really? Chance for doubling your money. Okay. That surprises me.
Was to $10, that would be a reasonable,
That's when you would say yes.
possibly yes.
You're gonna have to give me like 100.
I think it's the possibility of losing all of your money that's making that calculation go so crazy. But yeah.
And then I lose 10.
This is known as loss aversion. To avoid risking a loss, people will pass up even very favorable bets. But is there a way to overcome our oversensitivity to losses? Let me ask you this. What if I offered to do this 10 times in a row? Same deal, $20 for your 10, flipping this coin.
But then I'd be losing $10 each time, wouldn't
You
I?
might be. You'd be.
So 10 times in a row means that we, I guess this is just a different statistical thing, means that we can divide this variance by 10. I want to make sure I'm using the right utility function because these numbers seem low. Images. Is there like an actual... I'm like 90% sure it's right. Okay, whatever. But now, see, look at how much better this gets. Because if you do it 10 times, right, then this variance like is divided by 10 by I think the central limit theorem. So now you can see that this is like way above the line every time, basically. So let's go into this as well. Just because you're changing your losses, basically. You're changing the variance.
You're risking $10 each time, but you know this is 50-50, and you know that I'm giving you 10 chances. Is that a better deal? To do it repeatedly?
I don't think so.
What about 100 times?
I don't
It
think
doesn't
so.
get better?
No.
If we
It's
played
way
enough
better.
and I had enough, of a stake of $10, then eventually, yes, I would make more money, yes.
Why does repeating the same bet change it?
I don't think there's a rational thought behind it. It's just a feeling that one gets when presented.
See, now this is actually just dumb. Like, these people are actually just stupid. Like, that's a good bet to take.
With the opportunity. I don't know.
I think there is a rational reason behind it.
Is it?
Yeah. Because the coin is going to be 50-50. But you don't know on one toss, you're only going to get one outcome. But in 100 tosses, you know that it's going to be somewhere between like 45 and 55 times it's going to go your way, 45 to 55 times it's going to go my way, right? The point is, every time it goes your way, you win twice as much as you lose when it goes my way. So the point is, doing it 100 times, you're basically guaranteed to win money. No. It's not more chances of winning. It is you are guaranteed to win money.
Yep,
In
exactly.
fact, the expected value of 100 of these bets is a win of $500. And there's only a 1 in 2,300
Jeez.
chance of losing any money at
Yup.
all. So even if you weight losses twice as much as gains, 100 bets is indisputably favorable. So here's the thing. How do you accept 100 of these bets if you won't first accept 1 of those bets? This experiment is not about gambling. It's not to encourage you to go to the casino where the odds are definitely stacked against you. Instead, it is a metaphor for all the little risks.
So, but the earlier part of this video, I didn't think was true at all. Like, I think that's, like, you're presenting these people with these insane risks. You're presenting them with, like, you could lose everything or double your money, basically. And that's a pretty big risk depending on how much you're risking. I mean, $10 isn't really much. I'm fine with losing $10. But from, like, a mathematical perspective, that's still, like, from a finance perspective, the potential to either lose 100% of your money or double your money, it's just not worth it. It's, like, if it's a 50-50 chance, I mean, that's kind of what those calculations showed. Like, imagine there's some stock out there, for example. Let's say, like cryptocurrency, like, or let's say a fucking NFT or some shit like that. Some just completely valueless shit. You can buy that and you have a potential of getting a ton of money, or you could basically lose everything because it's completely it has absolutely no value. You don't take that gamble. Maybe you could do it like a ton of times if it's a 50-50 chance. If you bought a bunch of that shit and maybe one of them goes big, maybe one of them doubles, maybe. But I actually don't know the odds on, like, NFTs, for example. But diversifying maybe might be a good thing. But just taking, like, one of those bets is not a good idea.
And opportunities that come our way in our lives. I mean, if you view each one as an independent event, you will often say no to even very good bets because you're afraid of the loss. So if instead you can see each little bet as one of a series of bets, then you realize that if you take that bet every time, you may win and you may lose, but overall, on the aggregate, you will come out ahead.
That's pretty based.
Heads. Heads it is.
He's just won himself
Look at
12
that.
bucks.
Woohoo!
This is staged. This is
10 bucks is
staged.
yours, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Heads. Thank you very
The
much.
man has won 20 bucks. See, it pays to take the risk. Hey!
Yes!
This is unbelievable. My stroke of luck today has been terrible. Everyone's won off
Who's
me so
funding you?
far. I'm funding myself.
Okay.
That's honestly my money.
This is definitely staged. This is cap.
Really?
Yeah. This video is in fact a bit of a risk for me because I'm giving out all this money and it's only going to make money on YouTube if like 500,000 people see it. So if you like this video, then you should share it with your friends so that this actually turns out to be a positive bet.
This dude really won this bet. See, look at this, guys. Actually, we do get a political lesson here. Look at that. Not everything's a zero-sum game. Look at that. These people made their money. He made his money. It seemed like he was losing it, but he got 5 million views on this video. And look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Everybody wins. Capitalism, baby. Let's fucking go. Woo!
For me.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Share it with your friends. It's Veritasium. It's the name of the website.
Veritasium.
Veritasium. So would you take this one-off bet? Let me know in the
Fuck
comments
no.
below and tell me how much money I would have to...
Well, that was that for that video. Not really. It was more just talking about a little bit of finance, talking a little econ, some math, doing some fun math calculations, showing you guys the utility function if you've never heard of that. It's just some really basic finance stuff, and I don't know. And I guess if we want to talk about this a little bit more, one of the biggest ways that this is used, at least in the class that I'm using it in, is to help me to decide like how much of my portfolio I want to invest in a risky asset versus a riskless asset, because if you basically the goal of an investment would be to maximize this function essentially. So if you can maximize that function, then you can get a pretty good like distribution of assets in your portfolio. So yeah, that's the basic idea. Basic finance, guys. So this is it. I think this is going to be the part that's going on YouTube later. And let's actually get on with the stream a little bit some more. Bye, YouTube. Well, actually, it's kind of weird. This stream is on YouTube, so it's weird to say bye, YouTube. I'm just kind of used to watching like other streamers online. Other streamers like fucking Destiny, or yeah, mostly Destiny now. I don't really watch Vosh that much anymore. Just say like that, or talk about like the YouTube channel that they have when they just stream on Twitch. But yeah, who knows? Hey, what's up, Tremendous Pain? Honestly, the fact that you're late caused me tremendous pain. You were under my videos asking me, when's the next stream? I think that was you. I'm assuming it was you. You're asking, when's the next video? And then Chandler like, that was basic. Yeah, basic economics, baby. Let's fucking go. I love it. It's beautiful out here. Let's go back to the face cam. We got 4 viewers now. Some people are talking in the chat a little bit. We're not having much going on yet. Maybe I should do some like news shit. Let's do some news. Or maybe play some chess actually. I want a nice game of chess. Am I even logged into my chess account? Fuck. Never mind. I can't play chess because I'm not logged in. Fuck. Maybe I should read some news. How long have I been rocking the facial hair? It's been about, I don't know. Actually, I think I stopped shaving in October, at the beginning of October, and I've just been like trimming it because I want it to be more full, I guess. Yeah, the sides kind of look, there's like this like bump here almost. It like doesn't grow right here, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I do kind of look French. It's kind of gross. I don't like French people. French is actually a disgusting language in my opinion. Just the fucking like what the fuck? Speak English. Jesus Christ. Like I don't understand a fucking word that you're saying. Just speak normal. Jesus Christ. Some people. We're talking Spanish. At least I can understand that shit. Un poco español. How old am I? I'm 20 years old. I'm a child. Ugly language. Based. Ugliest language is Dutch, though. I need to listen to some Dutch. Let's listen to Dutch people talking. Dutch people talking. Whoa, what the fuck is happening to my stream? Y'all see that shit? Hello? Why is it tripping? Why is it doing that? What the fuck? Do y'all see that shit? Is it okay now? Damn, what the fuck happened to my webcam? Why is it doing that? Jesus Christ. Holy shit, why is my webcam... I'm gonna unplug and replug in my webcam. Unplug in. Replug in. Is it gonna restart? Jesus Christ. Deactivate. Is it gonna work now? I'm back. Okay. Hopefully my camera's not weird now. Maybe it was just like slightly unplugged. That's kind of gross. Okay, we're gonna listen to someone speaking in Dutch. Let's listen to this shit. Let's turn on my camera too.
I called back. Same State Farm agent.
That's what capitalism does to you. Exactly. This is the problem with capitalism, bro. Holy shit.
Texted the next day. Same guy.
Hey, blink twice if you're in danger.
Guys, it's called service.
This is what happens when you buy a fucking camera off Amazon. Fucking Jeff Bezos himself just Oh, I hate Jeff Bezos. Dude fucking just fucks everything up. God.
Hoi, dit is mijn meest aangevraagde video ooit. En dat is een video waarin ik Nederlands praat. In mijn hele leven heb ik ooit maar
It just sounds like German. What the fuck? That's not even ugly. Dude, you gotta send me some ugly ass videos of some people speaking Dutch. That's not even bad. Holy shit. Okay. Let's do some like... I don't know. Hopefully my camera actually like works. I think I'm gonna like... Yeah, I don't know. She's speaking a language? Yeah, I know, it didn't... Let's listen to some fucking French people talking. Hold up. French people talking. Hold up. Let's go back to the live screen. Which one should I watch? Oh, jeez. Okay. This is gonna be cringe. Which one is... Let's just watch the first one. Fuck it.
Bonjour à tous, bienvenue dans une nouvelle vidéo. Je suis super contente de vous retrouver avec ma petite sœur Inès. Bonjour tout le monde. Donc on a déjà fait
What the fuck? Why is she like slurring her words?
On la laisse dans le petit i, juste ici.
What a gross
C'est une
language.
vidéo qui vous a beaucoup plu et j'ai reçu beaucoup de commentaires qui demandaient qu'on refasse une vidéo ensemble. Donc comme je suis en France cet été, eh ben, on en profite pour faire une vidéo. Si vous êtes nouveau sur la chaîne...
Yeah, I hate that language. French is just gross. Yeah, exactly. What's another gross language? Oh, shit. Let's listen to some, fucking British accents. British accents are disgusting, actually. Wait, fucking Cockney. Let's listen to some fucking Cockney people. That shit's gross.
That was intense. Takis are seriously intense.
Oh, hey, what's up, PA? How you doing? I'm just listening to some garbage accents and languages. Hey. Wait, fuck! This is gonna get me demonetized. I didn't even think. Wait. I didn't even think about that.
Hello and welcome to English Like a Native. My name is Anna and today we are going on a journey of discovery. The UK is
her
made up of
accent
a
isn't
vast
that bad.
array of accents. One of the major aspects of the Cockney accent is the TH sound. So where in standard British English you would do a TH with the tongue between the teeth, the Cockneys don't. They will sometimes replace it with an F, a V, or even a D. So let's have a look at some examples,
gross.
shall we? The word with.
With. Ugh! That's gross. With. Shut the fuck up. Nah, that's disgusting. Okay. Oh, they're gonna like... Why is this so slow? Okay.
My mother and my father.
My mother and my father.
Nice.
That's gross. Yeah. Oh, monetize as if... Exactly. I'm not fucking monetized, but... I'm gonna get a copyright claim. They're gonna take all the ad revenue off my videos. Off my 450 subscriber channel. Irish accent saying early. Irish accent early. With. I think, hold up. Because they say the. It would be with. Or it'd be like weef. some weird shit like that. Because I think they do. Sorry, I'm in a linguistics class, so basically the idea would be like you have, because we talked about this earlier in one of my classes. Actually, let's actually go on the fucking IPA symbols. So the idea basically is that in like Cockney English, they switch some of their letters basically. So like, oh shit, hold on. This symbol, which is like the, as in like the and that, it basically becomes a V sound. So like the would become the, I think. And then I think the other thing is like fucking, wait, why is it not working? Oh, like the sound, like thick. Yeah, thick would become an F sound. It would become like thick, I think. Yeah, because basically the idea, like, this would be, it's like a dental sound. You like put your tongue against like your teeth, the back of your teeth, and then this is like basically the same sound, except you use your lip underneath your tooth instead of your tongue, basically. So like the versus the, and th versus th. So I think that's basically what they're doing in the fucking Cockney accents. But yeah, I don't know if any of y'all actually give a fuck about sounds, but I'm just gonna talk about the shit that I'm interested in. Tremendous Pain asked, "Yo, Gare, did you see Squid Game?" Yeah, I watched all that shit. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a cool show. It is definitely like a commentary on capitalism, but I don't have to agree with a video. I don't have to agree with like the main thesis of a show to like actually enjoy the show. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. No, that's not an actual language. I don't care how old it is. That's not speaking. Oh, exactly. No, it's fake. It's fake language. They're pronouncing shit wrong. Yeah. What was your guys' opinion on Squid Game, I guess? I didn't really think too much about like, oh, this is like the main theme of it, and like this is how it commentates on society. I just kind of just enjoyed the show. But yeah. Tim Pool said it was actually about communism. That's dumb. It definitely came from an anti-capitalist perspective. I think the main idea was essentially that like these people just have their lives completely fucked over, so that they're at the point where they're basically willing to do anything for money. That's definitely a criticism of capitalism. Squid Game was cool, but the twist ending sucked. The ending was garbage. And it was so dumb. It was like, oh god, they were just trying to be, I don't know. They were just trying to shock people. There was no point of that ending. It was literally just trying to like, oh my god, he's the yeah. I'm not gonna actually like spoil anything, but as a finance guy, what's your take on short-term lending paying off on both successful investments and failures? I mean, I think that's what you kind of have to do. I mean, if you don't have money, you have to get it lended out. I'm confused what you mean specifically. Evil guy found profit in both good investments and bad. Bad investments become great return on investment. Well, good investments become great return on investments too. Like if you purchase like equity in a company, for example, like purchase stock in them, like you continuously just keep making money if it's successful. But then I guess loans, on the other hand, like you also want the person to be successful with that loan because you want them to be able to repay it back. So, yeah. All I can say about Squid Game is that nobody knows. They really hate the mixed economy, and that this Halloween was kind of cringy because of that PlayStation controller buttons cosplay. I don't know. It was interesting. Squid Game's evil guy lent money, and failures become contestants. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I think lending, I'm generally fine with people lending money and taking on whatever investments that they want to. I'm trying to think. I mean, it does suck that we live in a world where it's possible so that people get so poor that they're willing to take on just absolutely stupid investments and just not actually know how to deal with their money. I think it's probably important for people to learn from a young age, like better skills when it comes to lending. But I don't think the problem there is the people lending predatorily. I mean, the problem is more that people are in a place where they're willing to take those loans, and the problem also would be that people aren't educated on how to like save their money and actually be able to pay back those loans. Tremendous Pain says usury is a sin. I would probably disagree with that. I think usury is really the only real way to get any money to invest in like skills or assets to begin with, because you don't really, I mean, most of us don't really start life with very much money, any money at all, and we need some money, we need access to money somehow to like actually be able to develop skills, to be able to accumulate assets. And I think those are probably the main two ways that you can make money, is by either developing skills or assets, and both of those you need some initial investment, whether it be like going to college or buying like a house to rent out to somebody, or like buying the initial resources to basically buying the initial resources to invest in your business. Basically, you need to have some upfront investment, and if you don't have that money right away, what right do you have to just like take it from somebody for free? I think you probably should have to pay a little bit extra on top, because you're using that money to get some return on it. Government should give us money. Maybe if we're like dying. I don't think people should be allowed to die. Essentially, I'm fine with like a basic like UBI or negative income tax. I think that's something where I've kind of changed my mind on from my old objectivist viewpoints. Yang getting $1,000 a month. Yeah, I like that. I'm fine with that. Because basically, I guess one way that a lot of my political opinions have changed as of recent, I think nowadays I've become a lot more interested in creating institutions that maximize the ability for individuals to self-actualize rather than just defending rights at all costs. Because a lot of times I feel like we defend rights at the cost of, or I guess objectivists argue for defending rights at the cost of people not actually being able to have freedom, because you're not free when you die. I mean, that's a pretty cliche phrase that I think objectivists would be very critical of me for saying, but I think it's true. How many objectivists does it take to screw in a light bulb? I have no clue. You tell me. Oh no. I'm nervous about this, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I think what is an institution? An institution is just, I mean, I guess institutions and policies in general would be what my argument is. Just creating like structures, I guess, or like agencies maybe, or yeah, I guess policies might actually be a better word for that. Just like writing policies that maximize human freedom and maximize people's ability to self-actualize. Because I don't really care inherently about freedom. I think the main reason that I would care about freedom is because I think in general freedom is the best way for people to attain their own happiness, and that all ties back into ethics. I think I need to live in a free society so that I'm able to actualize myself. But I also think that they're probably, like, if I completely fail on something, like, I think my life is going to be a lot better if there's some like UBI there that I can fall back on, live at a very baseline level for a little bit, and then come back and try to continue pursuing things. And I think that's better for everybody too. I think it's better for me if that happens with other people too, because it makes it so that a mind isn't cut out of existence just because they took a risk and it didn't give them the return that they wanted, and they lost everything basically. I think if we live in a world without some safety net, people are going to be less likely to take risks, and I think you need to take risks to be able to create anything. Hey, thanks for coming, Dogma. Thanks for coming. Tremendous Pain said safety net. Yeah, exactly. Just a basic safety net for people. I think that's probably where I've gotten with welfare at this point. But yeah, I think ultimately, like, there's ways to fund that too. I don't have a problem with funding that either. I don't have as much of a problem with taxation as I used to either, because essentially, like, anytime you make money, you are relying on the government to enforce certain contracts that you hold. If you're, for example, engaging in a interaction where you're paying an employee a wage, for example, you're both engaging in that contract. You're saying that, like, oh, if I don't pay you this wage, we need the government to come in and enforce that. If you don't work and just try to take the wage, we need the government to come in and enforce that. So you need to have a contract there, and I don't really like the idea of just someone free riding off the government. The government should just print money and keep everyone rich, and if inflation happens, they should force companies to keep prices down. That's stupid. That's no. Then how are companies even going to go into business? Who's going to want to make products at that point, because there's nobody paying for them? I guess you could force people to make products too, and then just have everything be governmentally forced, but that's really not the best for human happiness either, because then people aren't really allowed to engage in what makes them the most happy in life. They're just forced to, they're just forced by government to engage in whatever business, which I'm not really a fan of. I don't know. But yeah, I guess enough with all this, like, downtime shit. Let's actually, like, let's jump into reading some news. Let's go to, like, all sides or whatever. Boop. Let's go all sides. Hold up, let me switch my screen. Okay, so let's jump into some news. The first headline that I'm seeing on all sides, I tend to use all sides because I don't know. It's just a way that all the news is put right in front of me. I can see the bias right in front of me. I can see everything that I want to see. It's just a very good, like, centralized place for the news. So the first headline that we're going to go over today, Pfizer asked the FDA to authorize the COVID-19 vaccine booster shots for all adults. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about booster shots at this point. I have not looked much into them. I'm pretty pro-vaccine, though. I wonder if that's something Tremendous Pain agrees with me on. I don't actually know your positions. But yeah, I think that's generally a good thing. I think the vaccine's generally good. Hopefully the booster shot's okay. I'm a bit skeptical of it, but we'll see. I mean, as long as generally people start to agree on it, generally there's more studies done on it, I think as long as it appears to be safe, I'm fine taking it. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't have a ton to say on this. Pfizer and biotech on Tuesday said they asked the Food and Drug Administration to authorize booster shots for the COVID vaccine. Tremendous Pain said, I'm not getting vaccinated because I'm not sick. People want to get vaxxed, okay, but it shouldn't be mandatory. I agree that it probably shouldn't be mandatory. I'm fine with like businesses mandating it and stuff, but the government probably shouldn't. And I think it's what the fuck. I think it's probably good to get vaccinated in general, just because this is one of the most studied vaccines out here. And there's been a ton of people who've gotten it so far. I just don't see a good reason not to get it. People really haven't shown that many bad side effects to it. But yeah, I mean, there's the whole like, oh, natural immunity is better than vaccine immunity argument that I've heard a few times, but I don't know. That's still not the best argument because you have to get the virus before that happens. And I mean, as we know with viruses like chickenpox and stuff like that, like those things stay with you for life. Like chickenpox, if you got that earlier in life, you have a very high chance of getting shingles later in your life. So I just don't know what COVID's actually going to do to me. I don't know what long-term effects that's going to have. So I just got the vaccine because that goes in, your body processes it, and goes out, and it's fine. Tremendous Pain says, I knew a guy who got vaccinated and 1 week later he threw up. Wow. Yeah, I bet that was definitely related. Yeah, I mean, the only reason he could have thrown up is because of the vaccine, right? I'm vaxxed, but I would have gotten vaxxed earlier if the vax companies charged a price. I resisted for so long because I knew this free vax would be billed to taxpayers at like $300 a pop. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly how the funding of the vaccine worked. I could actually look that up. How is the vaccine free? Who pays for the vaccine? I like that better. The federal government's paying for them. How much is the government paying? Free means there are no cost to us, but effective for COVID vaccines, national average payment is $40 for each dose of the vaccine. It's not $300 a pop, but it's, I don't know how much total is the government paying for vaccines. Is there an actual number that they're going to give me? No. But I mean, actually, let's just do it if it's $40, population of America. So 330 million, 329.5 million percent of America vaccinated. 60% of 330 million. 198 million. Times 40. So 7.92 billion. That's actually surprisingly big. I guess that's kind of small in comparison to other stuff the government pays for, though. So I don't know. It is a bit weird that they're paying for the vaccines, but I don't know if people. It's probably not the biggest thing that I'm gonna like rail against the government paying for them. Scientists should be made to work for free to eliminate. Bro, you're memeing. True. That's actually true as fuck, though. I think, honestly, if we just like forced people to work for free, I mean, everything would get done. Everything would work out just fine, honestly. Want to open a Zoom room on your stream? Should I? Fuck it. Maybe I'll hop into Discord right now. Just to let people hop in and talk. Let me see. How do I like bring people into voice? Yeah, I'm connected to my voice chat. But how do I actually like bring people in? Money should be illegal so no one can no one can get greedy. True, actually true as fuck. Greed is destroying our society. Thus, we need no money, because then there's no reason to be greedy. There's no incentive. Why would you be greedy if there's no incentive? Dang, I can't stream it. I can't stream this late. It's actually like tiring. I'm actually like not focused at all right now. I want to start a Zoom on your live stream. I'm just gonna I just hopped in my Discord. If people want to hop in, just like DM me on Discord and we can talk. Oh yeah, how do I pull you in? Move to debate. Hey, do you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can.
Awesome. Yo, what's up? How you been? I wonder if they can hear you.
Doing well. Let me actually, so I'm currently on your live, or you're watching your YouTube, so let me close out of that.
Oh yeah, don't need the double sounding shit. It's actually kind of easy to pull people into the Discord shit. I thought it'd be a whole ass process, but let's debate this fucking philosophy nerd. Show him real fucking objectivism. Jesus Christ.
Let's see here. Okay. So.
Yo, have you seen since my my video? People are saying that now I'm like even more objective than before. Someone commented.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm more of I became more of an objectivist since I stopped calling myself an objectivist.
That's interesting. Let me actually, you know what? Let me put these on. Headphones.
Yeah. Garrett, do you believe in objective morality? Yeah, I like objective morality. Not like true for everybody sort of shit, but like, yeah, I think the main idea that I believe when it comes to morality is that you should basically do whatever is in your own best interest, whatever ultimately makes you the most happy. And I think the reason for that is because good experience is the only thing that we experience as objectively good. But hold up. Oh, he's back in the general chat. Shit. Let's record. Wait, how the fuck do I do this? Move to. Oh, he's gone. And my stream is struggling too. Chandler said Diego did a whole reaction. Oh yeah, how was that reaction? I haven't seen it. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it garbage? Was it... Whoa, wrong camera. No, go back. Low quality old camera. There we go. We fixed it. My camera's been struggling today. Oh, here, let's pull you in. Oh, you keep hopping back. Let's... I don't know. PI doesn't want to join. Only true objectivists go Galt on objectivism. Exactly. They don't deserve my fucking mind. I'm going to Atlantis, getting away from all these second-handed moochers who are just mooching off of my brain. Tremendous Pain said Rand wanted to call it existentialism, but the name was taken. She went with objectivism instead. I've heard about that, yeah. She's not a big fan of existentialism for some reason. I don't know. Existentialism is pretty based. I have no problem with it, right? I don't know. Shit's kind of depressing, though. Chandler says he thinks that you're wrong, but was pretty loving about it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what I expected from him. You like existentialism? Heidegger's your man. I don't know. I like, shit. I started to enjoy some existentialism thought a little bit more. It's very depressing, but just, I don't know. It helps sometimes on like just on days where I'm struggling, where I feel kind of hopeless about shit, where I'm like, oh gosh, life sucks. I'm not actually gonna be happy. I'm not gonna ever like find a girlfriend. I'm not actually gonna find a fulfilling career. All that sort of shit. I guess, yeah, there's days where that can help, where it's just like, hey, just push through, find happiness in your pain and all that sort of shit. I think that can be okay. I think it's useful then. Yeah, P.I., I DM'd you on Discord. I don't know. I just hop in that general chat and I can pull you in. I don't know what was happening. I tried earlier and then it just didn't work. Who is Daseem? Who's that? Hold up. Oh. I'll pull him in. Heard of Daseem, turned my whole life around. Daseem saved my life. It's a concept. I will look into that. But I'm going to talk with PI a little bit.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? How you been?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
From you.
Yeah, true. I guess I probably can't even turn my camera on because I have fucking OBS. Yeah, I don't think you've been on stream before, on this one, at least. I think you've been on, like, Cropper's stream before, right?
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever been on a stream with you, I think. I know we've been in group chats before.
Yep, exactly. The fucking big brain shit.
Yeah.
all the people interested in objectivism who were falling away or already out of it, basically.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see. So what? So you were saying that you have been dabbling a little bit in existentialism. Just like if you were. I mean, I personally I am not a fan of it really, but you said you were reading. What was it?
Oh, I haven't read much of it. I just think some of the concepts can be interesting. Just like the whole. Like Sisyphus shit, where it's like, oh, he pushes up the rock up the hill, and like that's basically life. It's just a cycle every day, but then you actually find fulfillment. You find fulfillment because you just accept it, basically.
Yeah, that like that Camus Myth of Sisyphus stuff. That's garbage. I read his The Stranger, and that's the one about the guy that ends up killing the Arab. And he forgets the day that his mom dies. Basically, it's bullshit. The book it's not very good.
Why do you say that?
What's that?
Why do you say that?
It's very pretentious. It's very overrated. That's one thing. Also, it just regurgitates really like banal truisms. It's like, okay, well, things are going to suck. right? Okay, there's things that are absurd, like like situations that we all get ourselves into, right? But that does not mean the entirety of one's life is absurd, nor does it mean that everyone else, they're in on it, essentially. So in the end of the book, here I'll spoil it for you because it's just bad. At the end of the book, so he's arrested after killing the Arab, and everyone is basically blaming the guy, the main character, for everyone else's problems, right? And and he just ends up accepting it, basically. He's just like, oh well, okay. It's really boring, if you want to put it just in simple terms. It's not very. It seems like it was probably written by like an edgy college student. Now, if you want to find some good existentialism, I would recommend Soren Kierkegaard. Now, his stuff is very good.
Yeah,
especially his Either Or.
I was interested in him more when I was religious. I don't know. He's the religious existentialist, so kind of gross.
His stuff is, let's see. I mean, he does bring up religious themes, but like for example, in his Either Or, that actually it doesn't dabble in religion too much, hardly any at all. It's very good. It was actually one of the first philosophical books that I read full length. Like I read all the way through. Okay. It was really good in my opinion. Yeah.
What would you say is like the main thing that you got out of that?
Let's see. I would have to say it would have been to appreciate. So what I got out of Kierkegaard was to appreciate the complexity of perilous situations that we often find ourselves in when we are overcome with it might be grief, it might be like despair, or having a lack of direction in life. So for example, a college student who is on the verge of dropping out, let's say, they're totally lost. They're isolating themselves from other people. They're in a miasma of depression, basically. They're totally lost. Now, Kierkegaard, he points out that this is a natural fact of human life, and we all have to go through this in some form or another. And he really elegantly illustrates the difficulty of having to overcome this and having to push through it. Now, for Kierkegaard, he focuses very heavily on the nature of human personality and how it is very dynamic. It manifests itself in different ways, and how we can. What's that?
Or with the earlier thing, I guess is that kind of similar to the I guess stuff with Camus, like just the acceptance of stuff and like pushing through it, or what would you say is the main difference between those two?
I would say the main difference that I would say that Camus, he's just like accept it. Now Kierkegaard, on the other hand, is like, no, we can transcend this, and it is Kierkegaard. Well, he's often memed as being like, oh, despair, oh, the life, life, it's all short and miserable, death, eternal, all this kind of stuff. He offers a much more a positive outlook. So an outlook like, okay, let's embrace it, right, and let's make the leap. Let's go through this together and overcome it. Now, for Kierkegaard, this involves a kind of a leap of faith. So now you could take this in multiple directions. One, you could take it as just being like, okay, Christ is my savior. we can have this God is this ideal which we can strive after together. Essentially, there's this golden light or bright light at the end of the tunnel. Let's all take the leap of faith and push towards that together, right? And let's overcome this darkness. Now, you could also take this as the whole leap of faith as being emblematic as, okay, I'm in this situation right now. I need to get out of it. The more I overthink it, the more that I go on mellowing in my own, essentially, the more that I despair about it, and the more that I pity myself over it, I dig myself into a deeper and deeper hole. Now, the leap of faith.
I guess.
Yeah, go on.
I guess a lot of this stuff, it doesn't sound all too different. It just sounds like you're framing it kind of different. Like Camus like argues about like you have to accept the like bad situation that you're in and like get through it. And Kierkegaard doesn't. I mean, apart from like the religion thing, he doesn't really say much different. It's more just like accept, like see the beauty in maybe like whatever the struggle is, stop overthinking it, accept it, and move forward. Essentially,
I would say the acceptance. Sort of I would say the acceptance is not one of like, okay, let's accept our present situation as it is and stay there. I think with Kierkegaard, it's more like this. So despair and the absurd, that's not all there is meaning. And this meaning is something which we strive after as an ideal. And in order to reach this, we get there through a leap of faith, basically. Yeah. So there's no paved way for us. However, we can make that leap and trace it ourselves, basically trace that path. It's kind of like not blind per se, but we have to work for it. Now with Camus, on the other hand, all of that work is going to get you nowhere. Essentially, it's going to get you right back where you started, just like Sisyphus with the boulder. Now with Kierkegaard, though, it's like, no, that's bullshit. You will, you have that golden ticket, basically, with that leap that you could take. And you can transcend this. You can overcome the absurdity and find meaning in life. And that meaning is not going to be tarnished or itself, it's not going to be tarnished by the absurd. Rather, it's going to transcend the absurd and overshadow it. So for Kierkegaard, it's much more, I personally find it much more satisfying than Camus. Camus, it's just like an edgy emo phase, basically, that doesn't amount to anything in the end. Well, with Kierkegaard, it's much more adult and appropriate, and it's much more perceptive of the nuances and possible ways going forward that are not mere that don't involve mere acceptance of the situation and wallowing in it. So that's what I would have to say about that.
Yeah,
but I guess
so. Yeah, I guess my impression of Camus has always been that the idea is that you like find meaning in the struggle and that allows you to transcend it. It wasn't as much like wallowing in that fact, but I don't know. It seems like I feel like I can see how they're similar. I guess it's harder for me to see like the major difference between the two. But I think maybe if I guess I understand how Kierkegaard could possibly be better if it's like more about like overcoming your present state. I guess where does he believe that you can find meaning from your impression?
Well, one thing. God. It's kind of like,
so he's like the God existentialist, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Just finding
meaning in
something.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, finding meaning in Jesus Christ, essentially, and his sacrifice on the cross, basically. That is, for Kierkegaard, that is the keystone, the cornerstone rather of meaning for him. So this it's now for Kierkegaard, it's not something which can be rationally affirmed ultimately. Rather, it has to be done through faith, and it's something that has to be embraced, not blindly, but it's rather it's knowingly done. It's knowingly affirmed. It's not something which is fallen back on a last resort. Rather, it's something that involves a lot more. It involves a sense of agency and control of one's own situation, or controlling and lifting oneself out of this particular situation through adopting God essentially as this ideal source of meaning.
But if he doesn't believe it's like rational,
there, it's not.
If he doesn't believe that that's rational though, and it's an entire like is just a leap of faith. I mean, how's that different from blind faith? I guess how does knowing that it's blind and making the intentional jump to that any less blind than?
I mean, one might say that it's blind. It's. I think we would have to view blind. I guess it all depends upon what you mean by it. I guess for Kierkegaard, he would look at it in terms of like historical context. So like the context of Christianity and all of the parallelism, the archetypes and things like that, which you find in different faiths around the world, and looking at how these archetypes embody themselves and for example in like Jesus, and through the particular traditions and things like that, those can be affirmed and viewed as a source of meaning which we can embrace through a leap of faith. Now, whether or not this is blind, I would say that it's more or less it's based or grounded in the kinds of archetypes that we kind of point out in mythology, in stories, in human character. So I think it's not so much blind as it is more or less geared, or more or less based around I don't want to say even intuition, but our capacity for grasping certain kinds of archetypes and characteristics that we find throughout the human experience. And that's something which Kierkegaard would say embodies itself in the fullest extent, or to the fullest extent, in Christianity. So I would say that. So I wouldn't call it blind. I would say it's more or less based upon I guess what I just said. There's these archetypes that we find manifested in particular aspects of the human experience, and those archetypes manifest themselves in the highest and most complex forms in Christianity.
Sure. I guess so. That seems like a very fragile base for meaning. I guess just the idea that you're jumping to a like figure that you don't really have any basis for its existence apart from like, oh, human beings believed in this in the past and got meaning from that in the past.
Yeah, I mean, Kierkegaard would say, this is something which cannot be affirmed through argument. But he would say that, well, I have my source of meaning. Too bad for you. He might say something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that'd probably be my biggest problem with Kierkegaard, I guess, is just that I guess from your characterization of him, I guess, because it seems like that's just not like, for most people that's going to cause a lot of cognitive dissonance, and it really just feels like that's not.
I think it's
not a real basis for where you're going to get life's meaning from. You need something real almost.
I would say that looking to the experience as a whole, I would say that's definitely a good start. But now what we extrapolate from that's a different story. So I would say that meaning is so everything, I would say, is endowed with meaning. You can't find anything that's absent in terms of meaning.
Endowed with meaning. Endowed with meaning by whom? By
what's
human
that?
beings? Like, what does that mean by meaning? What do you mean by meaning?
So I would say that every concrete and actual thing, so all actual beings, so whether it be a cup, a table, a chair, a natural object, an artifact, a person, all of these beings, these unities, they're essentially unities of meaning. And by meaning, this is, of course, what's the meaning of meaning?
Yeah.
I would say that meaning is that particular kind of content. By content, I don't know if that's even definable, but that's a particular kind of content which is capable of being appreciated, valued, and shared by subjects, by conscious subjects. And now, there might be a time, indeed, when there were no conscious subjects at all. However, millions of years later, there might indeed, and there are, of course, conscious subjects who could appreciate and value those, for example, like the, billions of years ago, when there was, billions and billions of years ago when there was no Earth, of course, there was only like, gaseous masses in the what would become later the solar system. Those very beings, at that particular moment in time, there might not be any subjects there to appreciate it, to value it, to act on it, to share it with others through ideas, universals, articulating ideas.
Do those things still have meaning though? Like before
yes.
subjects? Why? I guess
they
that
they would have meaning by virtue of subjects appearing later on.
But like
so the
meaning,
fact that they could be
meaning to whom? I mean, I guess they would have meaning later to the subjects, but those subjects don't exist yet. I guess so. It doesn't. So it's like potential meaning, maybe potential.
So
meaning?
I would say I hold to a kind of block universe theory. So I hold that past, present, and future. It's much more. So it's not the case that only the present exists. Both the past and the future are real, on my view, even though it might not appear that way. So it is, in a sense, the case that those past beings, the beings of the past, they do have meaning at those particular times by virtue of the being of conscious subjects here and now. The fact that they can be appreciated here and now shows that they must have had some kind of intelligible relation to our present knowledge at this particular moment in time. They are themselves knowable. Those masses of particles and whatnot, asteroids and so on, those particular beings, while they might not be perceptible to us now, they are nevertheless within the realm of intelligible knowledge. They could be, they're beings which they are beings that can be spoken of. They could be understood. We could even map out where they were in space and time.
Sure,
they might not have. Yeah.
But I guess everything you're saying is like, oh, they could have this. They could, or they're intelligible, or like it's not something where like at t equals like 600 or 0 or whatever, where there's no actual subjects yet. Like I don't think it makes sense to talk about meaning without a subject that is in existence at that time, because
but they are known now though, so we do have knowledge of them now.
Yeah, but it would make no difference at that time, like if those things didn't
I would
exist.
say, because I hold to a theory of internal relations, so I maintain that all relations are fundamentally internal, so everything is related to everything else, such that the fact that we are able to know that we're able to have knowledge of and know about these particular beings in the past shows that they have a nature such that their nature is meant, they are constituted in such a way at that very time when there were no subjects, but they're nevertheless still constituted in such a way that they are to be known at a later time. So they still have a knowable structure, even though there are no subjects in existence at that time. There's a famous paradox known as the Fitch's knowability paradox. Mm-hmm. And it rests upon the following things. All truths are knowable. This is something that Rand would affirm, because she says that truth is a relation between human subjects and reality. So there's no independent truths. And also, another thing too. Knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of the conjuncts. So a conjunction is like, I know A and B. So that means I know A and I also know B. Now, if you accept those premises, right, it would follow that there are no truths that are unknown. In other words, all truths are known, because all truths are knowable, and knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of conjuncts. And the reason is this. There are certain propositions which would, in order for there to be, in order to maintain that, if someone maintains that all truths are knowable, but some truths are unknown at the present time, right? But they also maintain that knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of the conjunct. That would imply a contradiction, ultimately. So wait,
you're arguing that all things so you're arguing that like all truth is like known currently? I don't know what that even means.
I would maintain that.
At this present moment in time.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh yes, it does. Oh fuck. I actually let's see here. I could show you. I mean the argument's kind of confusing and long. But I can at a later time, because these arguments are
there's no actual person who possesses that knowledge at this moment. Like who knows this?
Or there could be infinitely many subjects, really, scattered throughout the universe that might know all truths, essentially. So there could be a god or a couple of gods that know all the truths. There could be, you could take a view that there's, infinitely many knowing subjects out there which know all the truth. Yeah, go on.
So does this argument necessitate a god, or
many people have interpreted that way?
If there is no, I don't. Okay, wait. Explain the argument again, because there has to be one of the premises or something has to, because it's obviously not the case that all truths are known, unless we consider truth by definition to be something that's known by somebody. But otherwise, all possible knowable things, that's
so. If you let me actually
absurd.
Pull up. Let's see here. Let me pull up the let's see here. The argument, it goes like this. If I could find the damn thing. Here we go. Okay. So it goes like this. So here's the paradox. So if you accept that all truths are knowable, right? And you also accept that knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of the conjuncts, and you also accept that there are some truths at this moment which are unknown by any subject in the entire universe, you have a contradiction on your hands. Because one of those propositions would have to go. So you can't say all statements are knowable, all humans are not omniscient, and some statement T is true and not known by any human. If you accept those three things, then a contradiction results. And that contradiction is...
Okay, wait. So the three things... say the three things again.
Sure. All statements are knowable.
All statements are knowable.
All humans are not omniscient.
Okay, I would agree with that second one. The first one, maybe not, but...
And, so all statements are knowable. All humans are not omniscient, so they don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And some statement T is true right now and not known by any human.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some statement T is true and not known by any human implies that it is possible that it is known that T is true, and it is not the case that T is known. So there's a famous paradox by G.E. Moore. I know that it's raining, but I don't believe that it's raining. I personally don't get it, really. But the statement checks out, though. And if you... essentially, long story short, I could go over it in a long time because I'm actually in my car right now. So I don't have any pens or paper in front of me. I'm on my phone.
Is the first proposition that the truth of all possible statements is knowable?
You could say for example,
the truth value of it, basically, whether it's true or false.
Let's see here. Bertrand Russell is dead, right? At this very moment in time.
Yeah.
So for example, that is known right now by someone, according to this. If we accept the proposition that all statements are knowable, or all truths are knowable, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And we also accept that knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of the conjunct.
Knowledge of a conjunction.
And
knowledge of a conjunction is knowledge that A and B are true.
Yeah. So
that implies the knowledge that A is true and B is true. Or
I know A and B. So here is a conjunction. So I know A and B.
Yep, I know that.
And then I know A and I know B. So the first thing implies this thing.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. So if you accept these things, and you also accept that all truths are knowable,
yep,
then you essentially result in a contradiction.
Where's the contradiction?
And if you also accept that is some truths are unknown. So let me add that too. So some truths are unknown.
Mm.
So if you accept some truths are unknown, all truths are knowable, and knowledge of a conjunction implies knowledge of the conjuncts. So if you accept this one, oh shit. 1, 2. And 3. So if you accept 1, 2, and 3, a contradiction ensues. And I sent in a picture using, unfortunately, the guy that made it It's like
yeah. Wait, one of the premises, like some of the premises, just don't actually make sense in that picture. I'm looking
it's
at it.
worded strangely.
Well, it said it's known that T is the case, and it is not the case that T is. Well, if you know that T is the case, then like T is known by like the premises are literally contradicting themselves.
Because it's implying, so the first because one of the premises, so it's a reductio, essentially. So one of the premises is a statement that is let's see here. So it's possible to know that T is true, and let's see here. Yeah, it is knowable that T is the case, and it is not the case that T is known. That falls from 5. Let me actually, you know what? Let me just go to the Wikipedia site and find the actual thing, how it's laid out. Because the guy that did it essentially is Carneades, and I don't think he actually wrote out the argument correctly. I think there was actually a mistake somewhere in there. Let's see here. Yeah. So this paradox of knowability. Okay. So I'll let you go over that if you want to. Yes, I just got home actually, so I'm gonna probably head out for now. But I'll be watching your stream though. So
yeah, I'll have to probably look at this off stream, but I don't know. There's something.
Yeah, no worries.
It just, I don't know. It seems like because, like we know that there's, like truth is being discovered, right? Like there's things that. I guess in like historically we know that there were things that weren't known by any single person, but now we know them. Like for example, the human genome is like determined. I guess maybe this isn't entirely like it's not entirely determined, but or the way that a human being looks is determined by the DNA, like their DNA, for example. Like we didn't even know DNA existed back then. So who knew this? I guess that's the problem there. Like it seems like you can't. I don't believe that you can make some like argument like this and then just deny like basic things in reality. I think there has to be like some place in there where you're like conflating like two different words that or like a word that means two different things and using it in two different ways, or there has to be something wrong there, basically, because I can look at the world and see like, hey, this is the case. Like we see that certain things are unknown by people and then later on they're known. So maybe if you believe that like all truths that are knowable will be known in some time, and you believe that like time doesn't exist basically, then maybe that makes sense. But I think apart from that, it just like contradicts basic facts in reality. Like
I would accept something like what you just said, to be honest. So like okay, like the whole thing. Okay, so all truths are going to be known at some time. Yeah. But like not like at the same time. Of course, I think that's much more reasonable.
I don't even know if it's possible that like all knowable truths are known at some time. Like like do you believe that there's things right now that are undiscovered that will be discovered in the future?
I think definitely that we haven't discovered.
Yeah, exactly. I
would say that. So,
but like consider like a hypothetical where like humanity gets wiped out tomorrow. Then like there's these future like true statements that nobody will ever know.
I would say that no human would never know, but
there's no reason to believe in any other form of consciousness at the moment. Or like let's say all like something causes all sentient life, all conscious life in the universe to be wiped out before a certain discovery is made. Like it seems like there's nothing. I don't know. There's nothing like that logically rules that out, I guess. It just seems like we can't use. I just don't believe that we can use those type of arguments to, refute basic historical knowledge or basic sensory evidence.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's.
Like I guess for example, like if you think about like Zeno's paradoxes, for example,
Right.
maybe there's problems with those, the like structure of those arguments. But like say hypothetically, we could use some like set of premises to deduce the conclusion that motion doesn't exist. Well, then we see motion. Therefore,
Right.
there's something wrong with that argument. So like I think
Solvitur ambulando, solved by walking, kind of like
exactly.
how. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think I guess I think that we can do the same thing essentially with that argument that you put forward, just by saying, hey, here's something that we didn't know, now we know it. Well, it seems fairly reasonable to assume that there's things we don't know now that we will know in the future, just because things are always being discovered.
Right. Now, I would say that definitely our concept of motion. Now, that's something like that definitely can have issues. So, for example, like motion, depending on how you conceive of it, it might imply that, motion implies that which moves is in two places in one time, essentially. If you hold like motion to be like a discrete thing, so it can. There's can be some issues with that. Now, you can't deny the fact that I'm walking right now. I go from here to there. But now, on the other hand, though, definitely our concept of motion, now that's something that can be definitely challenged and said to be incoherent or run into a contradiction. Like our concept of time, for example, too. Like past, present, and futurity. Every event is either past, present, or future. And one event can't be more than the other, but one event has to be it can only be past, present, or future, right? Well, all events are past, present, and future. Now you might say, well, not all at the same time. So, but let's think of that for a second. So, one event is past in the past, present in the past, and past in the future. Like, I mean, there's McTaggart's paradox is a really cool thing. I don't know if I think you are familiar with it because we have spoken about it in the past, I think, on your server.
Possibly.
Or no, actually in private messages, I think. But yeah, that's a interesting little thing with the philosophy of time. But I'm personally not too interested in that kind of stuff, generally speaking. But yeah.
I don't know. I think with time, I guess more just what I think about is just this. I mean, this is how we experience time. It's possible there's something underlying that, like there's like continuous motion, but we kind of experience things as discrete because our brains kind of, or our eyes almost work like cameras, where it's like a certain. At least my understanding of the science, I would actually have to like look into that. But it seems they work like cameras, where it's you capture a certain amount of frames every second, basically. But
I would say that our consciousness of time is something which is very, very, very mysterious, because in a sense we kind of transcend the present because we have knowledge of the past and the future, in the sense that I know I'm continuous throughout time. I remain self-identical.
Yeah.
I know that I was thinking this thought 5 minutes ago. I know that I'm the same person as I was 5 seconds ago. And this continuity through time that we have, it is so like even like the specious present. So like this, it's kind of like there's a thickness to it. It's like there's a feeling of presentness, and there's a feeling of a transition from past to there's a feeling of transition from from the past into the present, and from the present into the future. There's this feeling about it. There's a thickness about it. And like the discrete or mathematical time, that's something which is much more you can't really fit the felt present, right, that we experience into a mathematical timeline, so to speak. I mean, I would even say that there's multiple time series. For example, dream time, the time in our dreams. Now that's a very mysterious thing. How does that relate? How is that time series? Every night when you go to bed, there's a series of events that's occurring, right, that you're dreaming of. how does that map or correspond to your the time of everyone else that at the moment? So everyone else's own subjective time that's like awake.
Or, well, yeah, I guess it seems to go fast, but I think the way, I guess, that we experience time is kind of different because you're not like conscious for those moments, I guess, in the same sense. So it's like maybe like I think there's probably like an underlying sort of time in some sense, and we experience it in different ways depending on our state of mind or like our sensory organs or whatever, because we can't like we can't experience, I don't know, it's weird to talk about like underlying time because it's something we can never really have access to, and it's only something we can speculate about. So I think in that sense it's not all super useful to like speculate a lot about that. Just sort of I guess the way that I think about time is just the way that we experience it, and just not as much about like trying to speculate about what necessarily underlies that, because I don't really think I think what exists,
to define time as well, that's also a problem. What is time? I would say that it's a possibility. Time is the possibility of ordered novelty, I think. Because, like, for example, the possibility of change, well, what's change? Well, change that already kind of implies time, so that'll be circular. If we say, like, I don't even know if novelty, is that even circular? It probably is. But I think it's, like, for example, the measurement of motion. Well, motion, that already implies time, I would say, changing from place to place. If we talk of time as like the
we could
entropy or something like that,
maybe think about it the way like the order in which we experience events or something, because I don't know if,
even event, there we go again.
Well, like
event, what's an event?
Event would just be like a stimuli, or like the order in which we experience stimuli, maybe.
I don't know about that, because I think that's too mechanistic. Also, too, I think that might be a bit anthropocentric, because there would be order in which we experience. I mean, again, the we there too. That would imply, in this case, like human agents. So the possibility for human agents to experience stimuli, or ordered stimuli, that is. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very difficult question. But yeah, I think I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll let you get back to your stream. But yeah, this was a really fun conversation. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but nice talking to you. Nice talking to you again. It's been a long time.
Have a good night.
Yep, you as well. See ya. Awesome. So that was that discussion. I guess it's been a couple hours. I guess Tremendous Pain, did you want to hop in and talk at all, or no? And that was Pessimistic Idealism. He is former philosophy major. He might still be a philosophy major. I don't know. A lot of the stuff he talks about goes a little over my head because it's very, like, I don't know. It's tough, but I don't know. Sometimes he says stuff and it's like, it's just, I don't exactly understand where he's getting the conclusions from. And I don't know. I tend to just defer to experience ultimately, because I don't know if it makes sense to like deny experience for some philosophical construct. I think that's one of the most important beliefs that I hold. Call me an empiricist, but yeah. Tremendous Pain said he's gonna hop in a few minutes. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how long I want to chat, but I need to get to bed soon too. Shit. I guess, are you available a different day? Because I don't know how long I want to talk at the moment. Because the stream's been going for like 2 hours. I got some YouTube content. I wonder if I should upload the Pessimistic Idealism discussion, if people will find that useful. I don't know. should have been listening to lo-fi hip-hop. I already got copyright. Let's look at this paradox that he was talking about a little bit. Okay, so here's like this weird shit. Someone says upload the PI thing. I probably will. I'll do it. I'm just thinking about what all I want to upload like separate and stuff. So I think I'm gonna definitely upload the I'm definitely gonna upload the what the hell was it? The fucking the finance video shit? Yeah. And then I'm gonna probably upload that conversation as well. I think I recorded a few other things just like when I was talking about the vaccine, but there wasn't much that I was talking about in that. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming on, PI. It's been good talking with you. Fitch's paradox of knowability. Okay. Operative concept of knowability remains elusive, but is meant to fall somewhere between equating truth, what God would know, and equating truth naively and what humans actually know. Equating truth with what God would know does not improve it. Middle of it. Okay, this is dense. And this means for all P implies that I don't know what these symbols represent. For all propositions P, if P, then it is possible to know that P. So this must be like a possibility of knowing P. So then the paradox is for all P, if P is true, then it's possible to know that P is true. Shit, what is this symbol? Oh, this is the contradiction thing. So it's possible to know that P is true. Contradicts with, for all P, we know that P is true. What the fuck does that even mean? There exists a P such that... Okay, theorem... Oh my god. There exists a P such that P is true and we don't know P. Contradicts with there exists a P such that P is known and such that P such that P is true and it's not possible to know P. This shows that the existence of truth is in fact unknown, entails the existence. I need to do this off stream, I think. Yeah. I don't know if Tremendous Pain wants to hop on, but yeah, I think I need to dig into this off stream and when I'm less tired. I also hear people downstairs, so I might have to go and talk with some people. But yeah, it's been interesting being back. It's the first time streaming in a while. Didn't have a ton of viewers, but got a conversation out of it. I also had somebody messaging me about coming on to talk about my objectivism video. Oh, also, I probably should do a response to the Diego shit. But I also need to talk about a lot of shit. I need to talk about all this shit. Okay. So I have two things that I need to read. I need to read about Fitch's paradox, and I need to read about Dasein. So yeah, let's try to read about Dasein maybe a little bit, just since I'm still going. Diego says, "No, leave me alone." Actually, I want to see how your video's been. Reply to Diego, that hasn't been anything exciting in the objective sphere. That might have to be for next stream because it's already 9:50. Got to wake up tomorrow early. Lift. Let's see how long it is. Depending how long it is, I might respond. Holy shit! Fuck no, no. 2 hours and 30 minutes. How long was my video? Jesus Christ. Wait. The return. God damn. You really made a 24-minute video into a 2.5-hour video. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. I forget how much objectivists like to go in depth with their response videos. I guess I'm one of those people too. Like, holy if I respond to this shit, this is going to be like we're going to get a 5 hours. We're going to have to do it like a 5-hour stream to do this. Oh my god. Wow, okay. You know what, let's respond to Diego's shortest video. Ayn Rand fan debates objectivism with Sam Cedar. I kind of want to watch that, actually. That shit would be funny. Wait, have I watched the Richard Wolff Huron book debate? I don't know if I've seen that. Or let's watch one of Garrett's videos. What did I ask about? Oh, immortality. Look at that. Let's watch immortality. And I'm going to pause on every single word. Alright, we're going to watch this immortality video. And we're pausing on every single word, alright? Maybe not every single word, but I like the beard. Respect it. Respect the hair. I'm just trying to be like you.
So I'm driving around.
Do you really know that you're driving around? How do you know that? Maybe this is a fucking green screen and you're just sitting at home. How can we believe you, Diego? Prove to us that you're driving. What evidence of the senses do I have that you're driving?
And I actually witnessed a motorist, meaning a person driving a car of their own.
Wow. Thank you for defining motorist for me. Jesus Christ. You're like, why are you prolonging the video this much? Just say, I saw a motorist, and then tell me what he did. You're delaying it. You're delaying. Oh my god. I need the instant gratification. You're delaying my dopamine rush from knowing. Oh my gosh.
Own volition choosing to go to Arby's. Straight to the gulag, my friend.
What the fuck is the problem with Arby's? They have the meats. I'm trying to eat that meat. Diego, let me eat that fucking meat, bro. Please. How you gonna get mad at me for eating that meat? Come on. See, what we saw in this video, the thesis of this video, is that Diego hates meat. He hates good, solid meat. And the thesis of my response here is that I love meat. I love nice, juicy, tasty meat in my mouth. Thank you. Oh, Tremendous Pain is on Discord. Do I want to do this? Oh shit. Okay. We've been doing this for 2 hours, guys. Oh jeez. Alright, record. Move to debate. What is up? Hello? You here? Kickzilla? Oh, jeez. I don't know if I should, restart my recording or not, because I don't know if he's gonna talk. I just added you. I just added you. Alright. You are in the channel. Hello? Hello? Never mind. Okay, bye. Well, a lot of hype for nothing. What happened? Alright, let's try this again. I'm adding you. Move to debate. Hey! You are in this... Oh, and you jump back. I'm gonna get you in this fucking... I'm gonna get you in this fucking server. Here we go. Hey! Yo! What is up? What's happening? Oh, and he's gone. Shit, okay. I guess that was not meant to happen today. Cold feet. Oh, shit. I left my Discord open. Did I just show anything? Yeah. What a ripoff. I want a refund. I got you, bro. Thanks. You know, thanks for your donation. I'll refund you your donation. Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? You know what? No, fuck you guys. Before I go, you guys have to donate. It's a requirement. Go down. Here, let me show you. Let me show you how to donate. I want everybody who's viewing right now. Here. Live screen. Let's go over here. I want everybody down here. Click this little donate button. Alright? Click. You know what? I'll just open it. I'll just click open. Right? Right here, you're going to see... You're going to be able to tip me, I assume. I haven't actually opened this before. So you're going to click on this guy right here. Right down there. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, down there you'll also see a Patreon button. And you can click that one as well. See, now you can like type in your username. Big Dick Daniel. It's an invalid username. You can type your $1,000. And there you go. That's all you gotta do. Just fucking donate that shit. Where are the donations? I need to be hearing that ringing right now. God. I'm sorry. But for this content, I deserve some fucking money. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love all my viewers. And I'm looking right at you. I love you. You're a beautiful human being. And I just love you, you know? Thank you so much for watching this stream. I feel it deep in my soul. I feel it deep in my heart. And I know everybody else in chat with you loves you as well, you know? Let's see how long I can make this outro. Fuck. Okay. I love you all. Not in a gay way, because I know all of you are fucking dudes and fucking them as well, and also dudes, but like adding the word fucking to make it like profane, I guess. I don't fucking know. Okay. But all of you are fucking dudes, and I mean it in both ways. But I'm not fucking you guys because I'm not gay. I like women. I like nice, fat, juicy booba. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You're all lovely. You're all beautiful. God loves you. I love you. Fuck. The Buddha fucking loves you too. Thank you all for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you guys all later in a future stream where we can just hang out a little more. Maybe one of you guys can hop in my Discord. But yeah, this outro has been going on for like 20 minutes now, so thank you all so much for watching. Again, I love you all. I don't know how many times I can say that, but we'll say it again. Love you. Goodbye.